Have you ever felt like you're trying, but life is still moving faster than you? You wake up with good intentions. You tell yourself, today I'll focus. Today I'll move closer to my dreams. But by the end of the day, you're tired, distracted, and quietly disappointed. Not because you didn't work hard, but because progress feels slow. You scroll through social media and see people your age or younger, achieving things you've been dreaming about for years. And suddenly, your motivation turns into self-doubt. You start asking questions like, am I late? Am I not good enough? Why does it take me so long? If you've ever felt this way, I want you to know something important. You're not broken. You're not lazy. And you're definitely not behind. Most of us were taught what to dream about, but very few of us were taught how to move toward those dreams with clarity and speed. We were taught to work hard, but not to work aligned. We were taught to stay busy, but not to stay focused. And that's why today's conversation matters. Because achieving your goals faster in life is not about rushing. It's not about doing more. And it's definitely not about comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. It's about understanding how the mind works, how habits shape identity, and how small decisions compound into big results. In this episode, we're not chasing overnight success. We're building something deeper. Momentum. Momentum that feels calm, not chaotic. Momentum that feels intentional, not exhausting. So whether your goal is to improve your career, your health, your confidence, your finances, or simply your peace of mind, this episode is for you. There comes a moment in every journey that no one prepares you for. It's not the beginning, because the beginning feels exciting. It's not the ending, because ending feels rewarding. It's the middle, the quiet middle, the lonely middle, the part where no one is clapping, no one is watching, and nothing seems to be changing. This is the moment where most goals don't fail. They are abandoned. Not because people are incapable, but because they are tired of waiting for proof. You see, we don't quit because it's hard. We quit because it feels pointless. You wake up one day and think, I've been trying for so long. I'm doing the work, but nothing is happening. Maybe this dream isn't meant for me. And this thought is dangerous. Not because it's loud, but because it sounds logical. This is the emotional peak of your journey. This is the moment that decides whether your goal becomes your reality or your regret. Let's talk about this moment honestly. One of the hardest truths about growth is this. Progress is invisible before it is obvious. When a seed is planted, nothing seems to happen for weeks. But underground, roots are forming. No one celebrates roots. But without them, there is no tree. Most people give up because they want leaves too early. They want validation before mastery. They want results before discipline. They want confidence before competence. And when life doesn't reward them immediately, they assume they are failing. But what if you're not failing? What if you're forming? Your character is being built in the silence. Your patience is being trained in the waiting. Your resilience is being shaped in the doubt. And here's something important. Fast success often creates weak foundations. Slow progress creates unshakable strength. The comparison trap that slows everything down. Let's talk about comparison. Because comparison doesn't just hurt emotionally. It slows your goals. When you constantly look at others, two things happen. You rush your journey. You doubt your direction. You start asking, why them and not me? They started later but reached earlier. I'm behind. But you're not behind. You're just on a different timeline. Everyone pays a price for success. Some pay early. Some pay later. What you see online is the reward, not the sacrifice. You don't see the nights they doubted themselves. You don't see the relationships they lost. You don't see the years they felt invisible. And even if someone did get success faster than you, that doesn't steal your chance. Life is not a race with one winner. It's a path with many destinations. The moment you stop comparing, your energy returns to where it belongs. Your growth. Fear doesn't mean stop. Fear means expand. Now let's talk about fear. Fear is often misunderstood. We think fear means danger. We think fear means stop. But fear usually appears when you're about to grow. If your goals scare you, that's a sign they matter. Fear shows up when you're stepping outside your comfort zone. You're risking being seen. You're risking failure. You're risking judgment. And most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they listen to fear more than to purpose. Fear says, what if you fail? Purpose says, what if you don't try? To achieve your goals faster, you don't need to remove fear. You need to walk with it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing growth despite fear. The day motivation disappears. Here's another truth no one tells you. Motivation will not stay. It leaves. Often. Some days you will feel inspired. Other days you will feel empty. If your progress depends on motivation, your speed will always be inconsistent. That's why discipline matters. Discipline is quiet. It doesn't shout. It doesn't feel exciting. But discipline shows up when motivation doesn't. And the people who reach their goals faster are not more motivated. They are more committed. They move even when it's boring. They move even when it's uncomfortable. They move even when no one is watching. They understand this. You don't need to feel ready. You need to be reliable. When quitting feels like relief. Let's be honest. Sometimes quitting feels peaceful. It feels like rest. It feels like freedom. It feels like letting go of pressure. But quitting doesn't remove pain. It only postpones it. Because one day, you will remember the version of you who almost made it. And that memory will hurt more than effort ever did. This doesn't mean you never change direction. It means you don't quit because of temporary emotions. Ask yourself, am I tired or am I done? Rest if you're tired. Don't quit. Remember, your goal is not just about achievement. It's about transformation. If you achieved everything you wanted instantly, you wouldn't recognize yourself. The delay is shaping you, teaching you patience, teaching you humility, teaching you self-trust. So the first way to achieve your goals faster is this. 1. Stop focusing on outcomes. Start focusing on identity. Most people say, I want to lose weight. I want to be successful. I want to be confident. But high performers think differently. They ask, who do I need to become? Instead of saying, I want to write a book, they say, I am a writer. Instead of saying, I want to be disciplined, they say, I am someone who keeps promises to myself. When your goal becomes part of your identity, your behavior follows naturally. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth. You do it because it's who you are. Speed comes from alignment, not force. 2. Break big goals into daily, non-negotiable rituals. Most goals feel slow because they feel heavy. When a goal feels heavy, the brain avoids it. So instead of asking, what do I need to achieve this year? Ask, what do I need to do today, even on my worst day? Not for hours. Not perfectly. Just consistently. A goal achieved in 10 minutes a day beats a dream postponed for 10 years. Speed is not about intensity. It's about frequency. Small actions done daily create unstoppable momentum. 3. Remove decision fatigue from your life. One of the biggest enemies of fast progress is overthinking. What should I do first? When should I start? Is this the right path? High achievers don't think more. They decide less. They create systems. They wear similar clothes. They wake up at similar times. They follow simple routines. Every decision you remove saves mental energy for what truly matters. Less thinking. More doing. 4. Learn to say no without guilt. You cannot move fast toward your goals while trying to please everyone. Every yes to distraction is a no to direction. People who achieve goals faster understand something deeply. Focus is not selfish. It's respectful to your future. You don't owe everyone access to your time. You owe your dreams commitment. 5. Detach from the timeline, but commit to the process. Here's the paradox. The more obsessed you are with when it will happen, the slower it feels. When you fall in love with the process, time works in your favor. Growth happens quietly. Confidence builds invisibly. Results arrive suddenly. Trust the invisible work. Now, let's turn everything you've heard into something practical. Not 10 steps. Not a complicated system. Just one clear action. First, choose one goal. Not your biggest dream. Not the one that impresses others. Choose the one that keeps returning to your mind. The goal you think about late at night. The goal you postpone during the day. Now ask yourself one honest question. What is the smallest action that moves this goal forward even slightly? Not what should I do? Not what others did. What can I do consistently? 10 minutes of focused work. One phone call. One page written. One skill practiced. Now here is the most important thing you need to do. Schedule it. Not, I'll do it tomorrow. Choose a time. Choose a place. Because unscheduled goals stay abstract. Scheduled actions become real. Next, remove one obstacle. Look at your environment and ask, what makes this action harder than it needs to be? Is it your phone? Your notifications? Your clutter? Your lack of preparation? You don't need more discipline. You need fewer distractions. So adjust your environment. Then, the right action becomes easier than the wrong one. Finally, decide your rule. Your rule could be, I work on this before checking my phone. I show up even if I don't feel ready. I stop after 10 minutes, even if I want to quit. Rules reduce negotiation with yourself. And less negotiation means faster progress. This is how goals move faster, not through pressure, but through structure. Do not wait to feel confident. Confidence comes after action, not before. Take this one step seriously. Repeat it tomorrow. Then the next day. As we come to the end of this episode, I want you to take a deep breath. Because life doesn't need to be rushed to be meaningful. Achieving your goals faster in life doesn't mean living faster. It means living clearer. Clear about who you are. Clear about what matters. Clear about what you're willing to show up for even when no one is watching. You don't need to have everything figured out. Most people don't. You just need to keep choosing alignment over anxiety. Progress over perfection. Presence over pressure. Remember this. Your pace is not a problem. Your journey is not delayed. And your effort is not wasted. Even on the days when it feels like nothing is happening, something is changing inside you. Strength is being built. Patience is being learned. Clarity is forming. And one day, you'll look back and realize, the slow days were the ones that shaped you the most. So be gentle with yourself. Be honest with yourself. And most importantly, be consistent with yourself. You don't need to chase your future. You just need to walk toward it, one intentional step at a time. Thank you for spending this time here. Thank you for listening with an open heart. If this episode helped you in any way, feel free to leave a comment about what stood out to you. Or share it with someone who might need it today. And if you'd like to continue these conversations, you're welcome to stay connected by subscribing. Until next time, keep moving gently, keep believing quietly, and keep becoming who you're meant to be.